Hey everybody. Welcome to your weekly news world update. This week, we're going to be looking at the depths and barnacles and black powder for your active mutations. Let's start with the depths. The depths are home to corrupted mobs, so you're going to want to be utilizing thrust, nature, or arcane damage. Corrupted ward will also be useful this week in order to mitigate your damage taken. The mutation this week is going to be icebound, so make sure to get some aquamarines and ice protection gear in order to brave the cold. Succeeding on this week's mutation is going to reward you with Frost Attunement and Frost Conditioning craft mods. The promotion this week is Oppressive, so be aware that enemies will drain your mana and create Silencing Zone upon attacking players. Good positioning will be essential for you healers this week. Finally, our curse this week is going to be Fiendish 2. Players in combat will be randomly afflicted with a debuff that reduces your movement speed by 30% and increases incoming damage by 20%. On top of this, using abilities will add 1 stack of a 4.5% max HP ice damage over time debuff, stacking up to 3 times. While affected by this debuff, all player damage will have 25% lifesteal, so make sure to use this to keep your health up. For our second mutated dungeon this week, we're going to be looking at Barnacles and Black Powder. Barnacles and Black Powder is a lost dungeon, so players will want to use Strike, Ice, or Nature damage. Make sure to again use Lost Ward to protect yourself as well. B&B's mutation this week is Overgrown, so stock up on Amber Gems and Nature Protection gear in order to survive. Succeeding on this week's mutation is going to give players Arboreal Attunement or Arboreal Condition craft mods. For the promotion this week, players will be dealing with barbaric enemies. Upon taking damage, enemies will generate Fury. At 20 Fury, enemies will enrage, dealing 50% increased damage and growing 15% larger. They will also be able to deal increased stamina damage, up to a 75% damage increase. If they manage to break your block, you will be afflicted by an 8% of base HP damage over time bleed effect. Stamina management will be crucial this week for tanks in order to survive. The curse this week is going to be Censored 2. Casting abilities will deplete a global affliction bar, and when this bar is empty, a silencing zone will be cast on all players. At the end of the zone's duration, it will explode, dealing 65% of max HP nature damage to all players within the radius. While these zones are active, players will lose all natural mana regen, but can stand within the radius for 25 mana every 0.75 seconds. Once again, there is no event update this week, but make sure that you are completing your goals for the Springtide Bloom event, as there's about 1 week left before it leaves on May 23rd. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for your next weekly News World Update. If you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions for next week's episode, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Have a great week, everybody.